it was still a top tier weapon. And there's a reason why people nicknamed the game Battle of Duty. So let's hope. Usually in shooters, we expect the beginning of our game to be kind of a grind as we struggle to unlock better weapons, but that is not always the case. Sometimes there are the games that say screw it and they give you some of the best guns in the game right off the bat. What is up, everybody? Chaos here. Welcome to Chaos Top 10s, and today we're going to be taking a look at 10 of the best level 1 guns in gaming history. These are those guns that you just don't understand why they gave it to you, but you're also not going to complain about it. You guys let me know which of these is your favorite, or if I missed one that was deserving of being on the list, drop a like, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on all those little post notifications, and let's get into it. At number 10 is Heck in Warframe. Kicking off our list is this early game shoddy from the very popular looter shooter, Warframe. Now, Warframe initially came out in March of 2013, a while back, to mediocre response, but as time went on, the developers stuck with it, and now it has become one of the best PvE games you could play right now, as well as one of the best free-to-play games on the market. Like most other looter shooters, Warframe is all about getting better and better gear, but that can be somewhat difficult when you first start out, since the game doesn't want to throw all the good stuff at you right out of the gate. When many Warframe players get going, though, they agree during the lower levels, the Heck shotgun is one of the best things you can use. This is a semi-auto beast, and it will deal very impressive damage for its low-level entry fee. And while it does pay for this with a small magazine, it certainly makes up for it with everything else. So if you're new to Warframe, definitely get your hands on the Heck shotgun for some quick levels. At number 9, the R4C in Rainbow Six Siege. This is one of the best comeback stories in all of gaming history. It started out pretty lackluster due to a lack of content, but Ubisoft stuck with it, constantly adding more stuff, refining, polishing, getting better business models, and now it's one of the biggest games in the world. The balancing in Siege is pretty good, all things considered, but there are still some standout weapons. One of the best guns in the game is the R4C assault rifle, used mainly by Ash. This high rate of fire, low recoil assault rifle is a laser beam and one of the earliest guns in the game to control. Now, it's usually associated with tryhard Ash players. It can also be equipped to a recruit character though, making it eligible for this list as a level 1 gun. So if you're new to Rainbow, or you don't have Ash unlocked yet, go ahead and throw on the R4C on your recruit and go piss some people off. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to drop a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with post notifications on so you always get alerted when a new video goes up and you can get that elusive first comment. Next up is the plasma pistol in the Halo trilogy. This may be a somewhat weird choice to some of you, but hear me out. The plasma pistol is one of the most common weapons you'll see in the Halo campaign, since they're carried by the grunts, who are everywhere, right? They're expendable. Many people wrote off the plasma pistol initially because of its relatively low damage and the fact that they overheated easily and they didn't have a lot of ammo. But if you know what you're doing with this thing, it can quickly become your best friend. By charging the plasma pistol, you can break anyone's shield with a single hit, opening them up to a melee kill or a little bit of BR or AR spam to the head. Plasma pistol comboed with a precision weapon like the BR was so good at this in Halo 2, the community even started calling it the noob combo, since it made it so much easier to breeze through the campaign on higher difficulties. I know not a lot of people are going to show it love, but it's a pretty good level 1 gun. At number 7, the Automatico M1918 in Battlefield 1. If you've played Battlefield 1 during its early days, you probably know the Automatico very well. It was an automatic submachine gun, of course, that was part of the assault class, and it was unlocked right from the start at level 0. Not even level 1, level 0. So why do people know it? Well, it was because it was also the best gun in the game, hands down, especially the trench variant, which was unlocked at level 1. The Automatico featured a great rate of fire, around 900 rounds per minute, excellent handling since it was an SMG, and a very fast reload time, and it was actually pretty easy to control the recoil. It was insanely overpowered during the early days of BF1, and even after it was hit with the Nerf hammer, it was still a top tier weapon, and you got it right when you turned the game on. At number 6, the combat shotgun in Doom 2016. Now, when you think of shotties in Doom, you probably think of the iconic double barrel, but in the 2016 reboot, there was a shotgun you got before that called the combat shotgun. Now, this weapon is given to you almost immediately after starting the campaign. It was a quick-firing pump-action shotgun that you could put some pretty beefy upgrades on top of it. It did pretty good damage by default, but You could find mods for it that would make it fire in quick burst, or you could even throw a grenade launcher on it just for the laughs. The combat shotgun certainly wasn't as good or as cool as a super shotgun, but as far as starting weapons go, it was pretty hard to top. Cracking into the top 5 today, we're going to cheat, because it's my video and I can do it. All the LMGs in the Division 2. Now the Division 2, to me, was a pretty solid improvement over the original. It boasted more content, better loot, stuff like that. However, if you played it, you know just how powerful the light machine guns are during the initial few first hours. LMGs in video games are usually characterized by their low rate of fire but high damage and their big magazine capacity. And in a looter shooter, a big mag high damage gun is more than enough to get you tearing through hordes of lower level enemies. During the early levels of the Division 2, enemies simply don't have an answer to LMG spam, and you can use the M60 to just rip through them with minimal effort and farm them like they aren't even there. Loot is randomized in Division 2, so you're not guaranteed to find LMG, but if you stumble across one, grab it. Just keep in mind that once you get to the mid-levels, LMGs will quickly become less effective. At number 4, let's get some Gears love in here, the Gnasher shotgun in the Gears of War series. One of the most iconic shotguns in video games, if you ask me. This thing is a brutal firearm that has appeared as a starting weapon in every single Gears of War game. You see them constantly throughout the campaigns and in multiplayer. Everyone spawns in with one as their second primary weapon, and it's a double-barrel level-action shotgun. That's it. And it's perhaps the most essential weapon in Gears multiplayer. The game was even criticized a bit when it first came out because people thought it was too reliant on the shotgun combat meta. Now, the Gnasher will carry 8 shells at a time, and it has enough firepower to kill someone with a single shot if you're up close. And in a game like Gears, where the time to kill is relatively long, well, you guessed it, this is valuable. And the best part, you get this baby right out of the gate in every single Gears game. Next up, and a lot of you probably guessed it was going to be on the list, anybody a fan of Bal of Duty? The BAL-27 in COD Advanced Warfare. Yep, you guys know it all too well. Advanced Warfare was released all the way back in 2014, and almost immediately, COD fans knew there was a problem with the weapon balance. Right when you turn on the multiplayer, you got access to an automatic rifle called the BAL-27, which boasted, everything. Great damage, solid range, high fire rate, super low recoil, very, very clean iron sights. It was hands down the best gun in the game, and things only got worse when people started unlocking the Obsidian Steed variant of it, which only made it even better by increasing the range and minimum damage output. The BAL was ridiculously overpowered, and even after Sledgehammer finally gave in and nerfed it, it was still a top-tier weapon, and there's a reason why people nicknamed the game Bal of Duty. So let's hope Sledgehammer gets the weapon balance a little better next time they're involved in a COD game, although with the recent news about COD 2020 being Treyarch's job, it's unclear if Sledgehammer actually will ever make a COD game again. So we may never get another Bal of Duty. At number 2, the pistol in Halo Combat Evolved. Ah, the pistol. One of the most famously broken guns in gaming history. The pistol in the original Halo actually has a pretty funny story behind it. According to one of the developers, the game was totally finished and ready to be pressed onto disc, ready to go gold, but they weren't happy with the pistol's weak damage. So one of the devs snuck into the office and slightly changed the code to bump the damage up just a little bit, but since the game was so far into development and technology was different at that time, he wasn't actually able to test it. He just changed the code and hoped for the best. So, well, what happened? He turned the pistol into a pocket DMR, and it was arguably the best gun in the game. The Halo 1 pistol was a hit-scan weapon that would kill in 3 shots to the head. It comes equipped with a scope so you could laser people from across the map. This thing had to be nerfed down in future Halo games, but everybody remembers the original one, and it was so good. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to drop a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with post notifications on so you always get alerted when a new video goes up and you can get that elusive first comment. And at number 1 today, the M16A4 in COD 4. Was there ever any doubt? It's one of the most infamously overpowered weapons in FPS history. This 3-round burst assault rifle was unlocked right when you turned on the game, and it was even part of one of the default classes with a freaking noob tube attached to it. Yeah, a noob tube. The M16 had extremely low recoil and insanely high damage. If you put the stopping power perk on it, if you did, you need to do something, it would kill in 2 bullets, making it literally impossible to react in time if someone started shooting at you. The COD 4 M16 is hands down one of the strongest guns in any Call of Duty game, and if you ask me, it is the best level 1 starting gun in video game history. And there you have it, my friends. If you see one, or you don't see one that you think should be on this list or is deserving, you let us know right now. Smash that like button, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you soon.